Okay, I wanted to just pull some cards and do the tarot on how it relates to life journey. Okay, so this is at the center of it all. We have the mental realm. 4 is balance. Balance in the mental realm is come through what? Meditation, the still point, okay? The stillness, stilling the mental realm, coming out of the drama of the hamster wheel, okay? That's what is the center of it, coming to balance, okay, of the mental realm. Now, to do that, we have the journey, the actions that we take. Okay, we're doing in the fight. We're in the fight of the actions to still the mind. Okay, the foundation of it is the world journey. Okay, the end point, coming to what? Zero point balance, where all of these other things are in, again, a balanced state. Okay. The purple is like rulership, coming to, and the healthiness with things in balance. 0 point balance is what I term it. Realization, coming to the end point of the journey. So going into it, you have what's being held to in the physicality of life, when it comes to the emotional journey of family, etc. All the big emotions that one has, that one is holding on to in the realm of physicality. The challenge is the mental pain. Okay, the actions of the mental pain that one continues in the, we have the rain, we have the poor me saga, okay? The grand pity party is what I call it. And that is what one is coming out and fighting mentally against. They mentally want to fight the mental pain. And so that is what is the journey. Now, underneath of it all, let's see what we have. We have the emotional past. The emotional past, which sets up what? Your evaluation of the things that are going on in your life now, that you are unhappy with. The seeds that you've planted that have come to harvest, okay? That you are not happy with what's coming. So then you what? You're going to start to work on these things in the physicality realm. To try, because you want to what? Come to some sort of balance. Okay, you want to be able to come to a reckoning and a balance with things. So what happens? We have the rapid movement of energy, of wanting to come to what? The overabundance of love. We want that love. We want that emotional security. That's what we're looking for. That could be the start of the journey, wanting to have love, wanting to have fulfillment, wanting to have that emotional security, which comes when we have to, again, ending the painful things of the mental realm, putting to death the painful mind spin of the mental realm, the darkness that we have above us because of the mind play. That has to come to its end and its conclusion, and when it does, then we have what? The celebratory, emotional celebratory time, okay? We've ended the mental spin, we've ended that pain that we feel, we're ending the pity party, the poor me saga, and then that moves into this celebratory, emotional time frame. Okay. Now, you can have, again, going into the Pandora's box, trying to keep the lid on a lot of emotional things, okay? Maybe you are run by emotions, okay? So then you what? You want to go and get messages about what to do, what action to take, because you've got this mental stuff going, again, emotional stuff going, being ruled by so many things that are up in the air that are elusive, okay? The emotions are tied up in so many different areas, okay? And so we have to take the journey, okay? We take the journey. Karma, etc. You look at the things that you're chained by. This is ego enchaining, okay? The things that are not beneficial, the things that you continue to gravitate to, which are shadows, which are illusions, which are driven by ego, which are driven by the pain, which you have yourself chained by. You can get out of those chains, okay? Those are chains by our own design. So then we what? We want to look for the higher things, okay? Coming to those that have knowledge, coming to the spiritual path, and coming to the feet of those that can help you in your journey for justice, okay? For justice, okay? And at the end of it, there is justice, that is karma, okay? The karma card. There is justice. There is balance. You see the things that have chained you when you leave the physical form. You see the things that were chained. You come to the higher awareness. Oh, it's just flying across the way. You come to the higher awareness and you see that there is justice, okay? So that's a little bit of tarot and looking at it from a little deeper perspective on how it works and how you can use it in your readings to define. If you understand the spiritual journey, okay, then you can look at the tarot and see how it runs. Hangman, okay? Self-sacrifice can be self-sacrifice into balance. The 4 is balance. Self-sacrifice into balance, okay? Or it can be, if you're reading it more toxic, hung up. Where you're hung up, where you're stuck, where you need to see something from a different level or a different area or a different recognition, okay? It comes through self-sacrifice of being willing to, in the end, lay down your life, lay down ego to come to this more enlightened knowledge, okay? That takes the, being willing to do self-sacrifice. Are you willing to do the self-sacrifice needed? Okay? Are you willing to understand? And then judgment is about not judging. It's a healing process of coming up after death. You come up to that realization there is no death. Okay? And then one sees the, goes back and looks at the life experience and goes through and can reevaluate that to higher knowledge, higher awareness, okay? So it's not judgment of the negative, it's what? The cross of what? Healing, okay? So one goes up there into that eternality, coming up out of the grave of death into eternality, and then understanding that life's journey. What did you learn from that? Okay, that is the process of healing. Okay, so yeah, there's so much more that you can get from this. You know, some people, again, they see the devil as this externalized thing, but what was, let's look at Lucifer, Satan. How did he fall? He was created as what? The leader of the heavenly choir. Okay? But he fell, why? Because he went into ego. He wanted it to be all about himself rather than community, rather than God, rather than, you know, he wanted to isolate. I want the recognition. It was falling into ego that wound up chaining him, okay? So it was that, and again, when you start out, what is the, hold on, let me get back here. I'm looking for something. What is the magician? Number one. What's number one? Me, my, I, ego. Ego wants to manipulate. Ego wants to control. Ego wants to have the power. Okay? It wants to know what? The hidden things. I want the knowledge. I want to know. I want to go through the process of those hidden things. I want to bring it to light. I want to... You see how that journey is? Okay? Coming to the recognition, it takes a while on the path to come to that recognition that it's ego that's chaining you. Okay? You are chained by your own desires, your own wishes to manipulate. Okay? You are chained by your own wishes to manipulate and to, again, control. Ego is about wanting to control. And you are chained by your own ego desires. Okay? So yeah, you can get very deep into the tarot. Okay? But it takes sitting, it takes actually walking the path, and then from one's own experiences, you can understand what the depth of meaning is in it. And you can read it in a bit of a different manner. Okay? This is like the hidden knowledge, it's like the pomegranate that's filled with so many seeds. It's got so many juicy things in there to understand. The Torah, what's in the Bible, what's in that, what's the deeper things, what's the knowledge, okay? Coming into this psychic realm, wanting to have all those things, balancing the dark and the light, understanding all of this stuff, okay? Bringing it to fruition, okay? If you understand these things, you can bring it to fruition, okay? Fruitfulness, okay? So again, there's so many things. It's like this, you have the physical realm. Maybe you're in abundance in physical realm. You got a lot of money. You got a lot of stuff. Okay? Doesn't mean that you're happy. Okay? Doesn't mean you're happy. And here we have the Six of Swords, wanting to go to a more calm area because of what? Mental difficulties. So wanting to get out of the mental difficulties. This is, driving the mind driving mind forces, wanting to move it, wanting to get out of it, okay? So yeah, if you understand that, here we have the actions. Your actions have caused your mental being tied up, but you're loosely tied up. You can get out of it, okay? But you've tied yourself up mentally by your own actions, by your unwillingness to see, your unwillingness to open up, okay? So if you spend time with the tarot and you really look at it, you can define, okay? You can define all of these things, okay? The mental realm of nightmare scenarios, okay, that don't let go, okay? You've got this blanket of what? Roses. But roses have what? Thorns. Okay? Roses have thorns. You can have the fragrance, you can have the beauty, but they come with thorns. Okay? Understand. Understand. We have the light, what? Freedom. Being as a child. Okay? Coming back to innocence. Okay? Enjoying that ride. Yeah. So many things that you can look at in tarot and get a little deeper understanding. If you go through each of the ones, you have the cups, the emotions. What are the emotional roller coaster? You've got loss, but don't just look at loss. You've got more emotional things behind you, okay? So what are you focusing? Are you focusing on loss, or are you focusing on other emotional? Could be other emotional things coming still, okay? Depending on the reading. Again, mental realm. Are you blocked? Are you unwilling to see, unwilling to take in? Usually this is the subconscious. The gray would be subconscious, okay? And you've got your mental ideations about everything, which keep you blocked. We have the theft of mental spin. This could be mental spin itself, or is this mentally you're taking what you can take and leaving the rest? How much mental stuff can you carry? Okay. And what is the mental stuff you're carrying you're always looking over your shoulder with? Okay? Is it worth it? What are the stuff you're taking away? Is it worth it? Okay? So while people will read this many times as theft or trying to get away with something, it's going to be what? It's a lot to carry. Mentally, it's a lot to carry. And if you're carrying a lot of stuff mentally that's not beneficial, you'll be what? Looking over your shoulder. Okay? So yeah, there's so much stuff you can get from this. Strength. Do you have real strength that comes from love, that comes from compassion, that comes from that understanding the eternality of life and how everything is interconnected? That's a strength. Or is it strength trying to control, trying to manipulate, trying to, again, force? The strength card is not about forcing. The strength card is about understanding that purity, that nature, that everything is interconnected, okay? Eternal in nature, okay? And it's about soothing the angry beast within, okay? Okay. Understanding the animal nature, okay? That's the strength. If you can deal with the animal nature, okay? So again, there's so much more in depth that you can get from tarot if you spend time with it and you've done the spiritual journey. Then you can understand life. You can see from a higher perspective the lay of the land when it comes to life and the journey, okay? Making friends with it, taming it, okay? So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to leave this here, and I hope this has helped people that are doing tarot, that want to know more about tarot. I'm by no means a teacher of tarot. Yeah, I know. By no means. But I can only relate to tarot from my own journey, okay? Which was, again, a Kundalini awakening, 30-year journey to completion in 1999. So I can relate the tarot to the journey, what's experienced, the stumbling blocks, the difficulties, and then the falling away. How it relates, I can see the storyline in the tarot. The physical realm, the mental realm, the emotional realm, the actions that come out of all of that, okay? The energy we put behind it, which compel us in our actions, etc. So I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.